Hey friends, welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about sprouting and how easy it is. So let's dive into that in this video. Welcome back and thank you for joining me today for this video. We're going to be talking about sprouting and how easy it is to sprout. Before we begin though, don't forget you can get 40% off any or all of our raw vegan recipe ebooks. There's over 700 raw vegan recipes in there, from burgers to soups to meal plans, tacos, all kinds of goodies. 40% off code is rawfood40. The link is in the description box below or here on the screen. So yeah, sprouting is really easy. And I know it might seem complicated to some, but it actually is very easy. So starting out with seeds. Now, we use a lot of different kinds of lentils. I think lentils would probably be the majority of the sprouts that we eat because they're really high in protein and nutrition, and they're really easy to digest. They're really great overall. So we use all kinds of different lentils, like speckled lentils and French lentils, red ones, brown ones, crimson ones, Spanish ones, beluga ones. Like, there's so many different kinds of lentils that you can get. So we buy those and we will soak them overnight. This is really important. Soaking for about 12 hours is ideal. So typically we will grab a mason jar. We will add about 3 tablespoons or so of any kind of lentil to the jar, and then we fill it with clean water so that water is covering the lentils. Then we let it sit for 12 hours. It's easy to do this at night. So like at 5 o'clock at dinner time, we will start this process so that we can start rinsing and draining the next day. Really easy. It only takes like 30 seconds to choose your lentils and put them in a jar, fill it with water, and you're good to go. So once you do that, then you go on to the rinsing and draining over the next 2 or 3 days. I actually really like lentils on the second day when they just have a little tiny tail. These are really great to add to raw soups or raw chilies. Mega delicious, but we also add them to our salads as well. So 3 tablespoons makes a fair amount, makes enough for 1 salad for Nate and I. So you can use however many tablespoons that you want to create your lentil sprouts. But we will start with various different kinds of sprouts, like sometimes 2 or 3 different varieties. So when we use up one jar, we start a new one. So we always have a constant supply of lentils. So on day 1, we will start some lentils. Maybe on day 2 or 3, we'll start some other ones. And then on day 3 or 4, we start some other ones. So we always have a constant supply of lentil sprouts. We also use mung beans. We have sprouted other things as well. We do like seeds. So broccoli, radish, clover, alfalfa. There's so many different things that you can sprout. We like to get a lot of our unique seeds from True Leaf. So there is a link in the description box below for True Leaf if you're looking for some more unique seeds. We also use these seeds to grow microgreens as well. So that's an option. If you are also wanting to learn about how to grow microgreens and sprouts, you can get my husband's video course. It's called Sprouts, Krauts, and Microgreens, and that is 40% off as well. Code is rawfood40. His course is, the link is in the description box below, so head down there if you were interested in that, growing your own microgreens. But as for the sprouts, very easy. For the next 3 days, you rinse and drain. You rinse the sprouts with fresh water and then you drain them. So you can get a special lid for this if you want. We have links to some of the lids in Lissa's list. Again, that is in the description box below. Click on that and there is a whole list of what we use for sprouting and lids and all that kind of stuff. But you can go DIY and you can just use a little piece of mesh or cheesecloth with the metal ring for the mason jar. You really don't need to get fancy with it as long as you start sprouting and adding more sprouts to your diet. So once you rinse it and then when you drain it, you want to have it kind of on an angle or upside down so that any further water drains out of the jar. You want to have enough space for airflow as well because you don't want them to be sitting in the water. You want them to have a good amount of airflow and a good amount of drainage in between rinsing. You only need to rinse twice a day. So in the morning when you get up and you make your smoothie, rinse your sprouts. And then in the evening when you make your salad, rinse your sprouts. Try to get into that routine. Once you're in routine, it's really easy to remember to do it. Sometimes you might need to set an alarm or put the sprouts right by the blender so that you see them right before you make your smoothie in the morning, just to pattern disrupt, so you remember when to rinse your sprouts. Because if you don't rinse them, then they're going to start to get these little hairs called Lissa hairs. And a lot of people mistake this for mold, especially on the smaller seeds like broccoli, alfalfa, radish. They get these little tiny hairs on them called Lissa, and this is not mold. Mold is going to be like all weird crossed and maybe gray or green or some other color, but these little white hairs are actually root hairs, and they grow off the root looking for water. So if you get these little hairs, maybe you went too long without rinsing and draining, and then when you do rinse with the water and let it sit for about 30 seconds or a minute for the roots to really suck up some of that water, and then drain it and then let it sit for the rest of the day. You do not want to have your seeds or lentils soaking in water during this germination phase. You only want to have it soaking in water for the first 12 hours, and then after that it's rinse and drain twice a day until they get little tails, and then you can transfer them to the fridge. Now again, Nate and I, they don't even really get a chance to go in the fridge unless we have a lot of jars going on, but normally we just dump them on our salad and then start a new batch. It's pretty easy, it's pretty simple. And I hope you guys can start adding more sprouts to your diet. I think that it's one of the more neglected things in the raw community. Sprouts are amazing. They are as amazing as fruit, in my opinion. Fruit is awesome, greens are awesome, vegetables are awesome, and sprouts are awesome. We need to be adding all of these awesome things into our diet so that we have a more balanced diet, and we're getting a wide range of nutrition and a wide range of fiber. So grab some seeds and start sprouting. Again, all you need is a jar, a mesh lid, and clean water and some seeds. That's really all you need. Time and patience and remembering, obviously. So start making some sprouts today, and share below what your favorite sprouts are. What kind of sprouts do you really like to make the most? What are your favorite kinds of lentils? What do you like, the spicy ones? Do you like the broccoli? What kind do you like? I want to know. So share in the comments below. Add them to your salads, your wraps, your raw stews, your sandwiches, whatever, whether you're raw or high raw or just adding more raw. It's really great to add sprouts to your diet. So hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please click like. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the little bell if you want to get notifications sent directly to you whenever I post a new video. And we have 40% off any or all of our raw vegan recipe ebooks. The code is rawfood40, and the link is in the description box below as well as here on the page. So hope you enjoyed. Again, I love you all so much for joining me. Thank you for watching these videos, and thank you for making compassionate choices in your life. Until the next video, mwah, fruit on.